Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to my American Horror Story Cult After Show. We are talking about episode 3, Neighbors from Hell. And at this point, I don't know exactly which ones are the neighbors from hell. You know, I would say that both couples at this point probably think that their neighbors are from hell. Let's talk about the episode, though. We, at the beginning, see this random couple who are having a therapy session with Dr. Vincent. From what I have gathered, the hot blonde chick has a fear of enclosed spaces due to her father traumatizing her as a kid and locking her into a cupboard. And this brought on a fear of sex, I think? Something like that. And anyway, we see her dream sequence and we finally see a bum this season. We actually seen 2 bums this episode, but the first one was hot, okay? The second one was just freaky. And here's the thing, when her father passed away, her fears of enclosed spaces went away with him into the coffin. Cut to them going back to their house to have a very celebratory sexual experience, being interrupted by clowns and coffins. What did I tell you? That therapist is in on this shit. I would even dare to say that he may be the actual leader of the cult. I think that Kai is definitely one of the, you know, the recruit guys, but this guy is definitely the head of the operation. If I am wrong, by the end of the season, I will take a shot of tequila, and I hate tequila, okay? Hate it, but I will do it if I'm wrong. Plus, throughout the episode, Dr. Vincent seemed pretty sketchy whenever he was talking to Allie, so I don't know, it's suspicious. He was suspicious from day 1 anyway, but he is even more suspicious now, okay? Alright, now let's talk about Allie. Ever since she shot that guy by accident, she is getting a lot of backlash. She is being called a racist. She has protesters outside of her restaurant. There are people posting ads on Kijiji saying that these hot lesbians are looking for some hard dick, and that's when that guy showed up and naked in their living room. And anyway, enough about that bum. Moving on. So Kai sees this and he goes up to her and just approaches her saying, I can get rid of these people for you and clear these protesters and make them go away for you. Also telling her to have a good day, like the gentleman he is. Sure enough, the next time that those protesters stopped her in her car, he showed up and he just said, stop. And they dispersed. And you know that those protesters are in on this shit too. I don't know why, but everyone is out to get Allie. Like, there's some weird shit going on. Allie seems to be the main target of everybody in this town. Now, Kai is a busy bee this episode because he goes to Meadow and he goes to Harrison. Those are the 2 neighbors from next door, and gets them to join the cult separately from each other. Meadow confesses that the guy that she is in love with, aka her gay husband, doesn't love her. You think? Mary Cherry, your husband is gay. He admits it. In fact, he seems to be having an affair with the detective, which is just starting a whole lot more conspiracies in my head. I can't take it. And you know what? Harrison can't stand her. He can't stand her. He wants her dead. And that may have happened at the end of the episode. I'm not quite sure. But let me just back it up a bit, because before all this occurred, before like the potential murder and before them joining the cult, those 2 accused Allie of being a racist. You know, the phrase white privilege was being thrown around, and you know, let me just say that I still gotta tip my hat to Ryan Murphy, because he is clever as fuck this season. I think that the point that Ryan Murphy is trying to make this season is that it's not necessarily the left or the right at fault, it's the lack of communication between the 2 that's causing a lot of bullshit that's going on in the world. Perhaps he's trying to say that fear is the enemy. I don't know. I guess we'll find out by the end of the season. Alright, now back to the plot, and let me just talk about this for a second. This beautiful lesbian couple with their beautiful little boy, for some reason, feel compelled to bring Winter back into their home, despite all the bullcrap that she has pulled. I don't get it! What does she have to do to get her ass fired? Hell, she's even the reason why that guy ended up in their house naked in the first place, right after they rehired her, and they still didn't fire her. Y'all, I can only suspend my belief so much with this show. Alright, now let's talk about the biggest oh my god moment. Ozzy has a virus on his little iPad apparently, and on his iPad he was watching something inappropriate that won't shut down. What was it? It was a video of Winter and Allie in the bathtub her fingering Allie, and Ivy was livid. But clearly someone planted cameras in there, so obviously it appears that Winter may have set her up, but I don't know. My head is still so full of conspiracy theories that I still kind of find Ivy a little bit suspicious herself. So, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. And Ivy was ready to leave the house with Ozzy just before the neighbor Meadow, I think, got killed. We don't really see what happened. They don't really say what happened. We just see that there's a lot of blood, and the only person that's seen is the husband, who is getting arrested. She didn't appear in the previews to the next episode, so I'm assuming she's dead, but I don't really know. Anyway, I am going to give this episode my very first 5 twisty heads out of 5 rating. I enjoyed it. Yes, there was that weird plot about the chemicals, but I'm going to hold judgment on that. I'm sure it's going to be explained more in the next episode and throughout the next few episodes. In the meantime, I'm done here, so if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel if you want to. I'm not gonna make you do it. Join me! And with that, I will catch you guys next week.